Well, good morning and welcome to all those tuning in live on LinkedIn. My name's Alex Smith and I'm here with the LinkedIn Lead Generation Masterclass. We're currently in week 7. We're just going to add Sean to the Zoom room. So welcome to week 7 of our masterclass. Today we're exploring the client retention code, keeping your golden geese. We all know that acquiring new clients is essential to any business, but retaining the existing ones is often much more critical for that sustainable growth and certainly for profitability. So today we're going to dive into to look at different client retention techniques and methods that are going to help you to hopefully hang on to those key customers. Morning to Sean. Thank you for joining me, Sean, in the live Zoom room. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Seasoned sales expert in the room, so great. Feel free to pipe up if you've got anything you want to add at any time, Sean. If you just want to listen in, that's fine as well. But kind of got about 20 minutes of a bit of presentation. We can do some Q&A after as well if you want to hop in. We might have one or two others join us as well.
Okay, cool.
For those of you unaware who are just tuning onto the live stream, so this is operated as a masterclass, so you can join the more interactive side of this, and you just need to head over to leadeth.io. That's leadeth .io. I'll just show you on the website what that looks like, and there'll be a button which says masterclass. So if you just check this out. Share the right screen. There we go. So this is the Leadeth website, and you've got under Learn, you've got Masterclasses. So if you click on the Masterclass link, that'll give you a list of all the different masterclasses that are going on. So we've actually got 13 weeks of content. We're currently in week 7, and you can sign up for those. They're completely free. And we've also got a school community. So this is where people tend to congregate after they've attended a masterclass maybe. Within the school community, we've got a discussion forum. We've also got a classroom, and in the classroom, we actually take you right the way through the 6 stages of what we do with clients with Leadeth. Stage 1 is identifying the target audience. Stage 2 is optimizing your personal LinkedIn profile to make sure it speaks to your target audience, and there's clarity there. Stage 3, we start to introduce some automation tools. So we've actually got a sales engagement platform that can really help you to boost your outreach automation. And stage 4, we look at email outreach. So LinkedIn is a great place to start a conversation, and then email outreach is in a natural way to kind of follow up those conversations. In stage 5, we look at content marketing, and we kind of introduce this 13-week cycle of just constantly putting content out there, and that acts as a bit of an inbound strategy for your business as well as the outbound outreach. And stage 6 is having all your kind of eggs in a row in the basket, all your systems in place, having appointment setting systems working effectively for you really. So reducing the number of appointments that don't no-shows and things like that. So that's a really powerful some top tips there and systems that can help you to do that. We've also the CRM choice for the last year has been high level, and we actually have that available to clients only as a bolt-on package to our sales engagement platform, and that kind of just knuckles down everything into one place really nicely. It does a lot of marketing. You can do websites. You can do everything. So if you're interested in that, we might do a session on that at another date. So going back to today's discussion, client retention, which is going to look at why client retention matters so much. Firstly, it's cost effective. Obviously, retaining existing clients is significantly going to cost you a lot less than acquiring those new clients. And secondly, what we find is, long-term clients will often bring more business through repeat purchases and also referrals. And one of the third reasons why client retention is so important is because it enhances your brand's reputation and trustworthiness. So that's why they're kind of the 3 main focus areas of why this client retention stuff is so important. So to retain clients, it's really crucial that we kind of understand their needs. And this is going to involve regular communication, which needs active listening, really engaging with them. We need to give them a personalized service. And that's one of the keys here. Clients need to feel really valued and understood. So we need to make an effort to really understand their pain points and and to address how our solution is going to meet their evolving needs. So one of the great things that we've got in this day and age is surveys. Surveys are really powerful tools for gathering feedback, and there's a lot of AI in all these kind of survey tools now. Survey Monkey is one that I've used in the past. So many different tools out there that will do this, and you can actually basically say, I'm creating a client satisfaction survey for my business. My business is in whatever it is, marketing, SEO, whatever digital, whatever you might be doing, and it'll actually tailor the questions to that audience or to your service. So we need to kind of design this survey so it's really concise. It's got to be really targeted, ensuring that it covers off all the critical aspects of your service. Most importantly, we need to act on the feedback that the survey results provide. And that demonstrates to our clients that we really value their opinions and also that we're committed to continually improving the service. So recently I've been doing what I call the interview technique, and that's where we kind of interview people. And that is such a really great tool for gathering information about what clients are up to, what's working, what's not working. And it also provides as a secondary benefit, you've got this nice little marketing resource that you can then utilize in your campaigns down the line. So interviews and podcasts and things like that, where you're actively going out to your clients, you're giving them an opportunity to share more about their business as well, work really, really well at the moment. So think about rewarding your customers. So when you offer, having rewards and loyalty is just fantastic because it's an excellent strategy for kind of retaining those customers. So consider implementing loyalty programs. You might want to think about special discounts for long term. We recently introduced a 2 months free on the annual plans, and that really has helped clients stick around for much longer. You can also think about VIP access. So if you've just released some new products or you've got some new services that you're providing, you can get back to your clients saying, we've got this new product. It's about, it's just coming out, and we want to give you exclusive access ahead of everyone else. And that really just shows to your clients that your continued business is really appreciated and valued. Feedback loops is the next thing we're going to look at. And feedback loops are really essential. This involves continuously just seeking that feedback, addressing any concerns promptly, and also demonstrating your responsiveness. That's what customers really like. And when clients sees that their feedback is been respected and acted upon, that really leads to tangible improvements in terms of their trust with your brand continuing to grow. So that's some of the key important bits here. So think about these ultimately client retention. It's all about building strong relationships. That's what this is all about. It's all about building that trust, transparency. The more check-ins with clients you can do, the better, I find. And even if you can start to automate some of these check-ins as a prompt. So recently we've integrated daily update emails that kind of gets our brand out there in front of the customer with some daily updates in terms of what our system's been doing for them. It's another checkpoint, and quite a lot of clients will just respond back to that and say, hey, thanks for the reminder or whatever. And, they'll really appreciate it. So think about how you can add value beyond the day-to-day transaction, beyond what you're doing currently for the clients. It's all about showing your clients that you're still 100% invested in their success. And in turn, they're going to be much more likely to stay loyal and stick around to your brand for much longer. So any kind of time for just some questions and discussion. Feel free to share your experiences. Be interesting to hear from yourself, Sean, on the live group, how you're navigating client retention, what you're up to, and what you're doing. Would you be happy to share with us?
Yeah. Hi. So I'm mainly outreach. So I'm new business 95% of the time. So I don't do much retention work. This is the marketing department do that.
Yeah.
So I'm involved when something might go pear-shaped. This is probably relevant to them rather than me, because I literally don't do any account management.
Wow. So you're
yeah, just the front line in the trenches. So I do retain and upsell. In which case, yeah, I'm needed. But no, this is useful for me as a background piece. But yeah,
no, that's
nurturing and all the stuff you're talking about is not really my remit.
Sure. Yeah. So in terms of currently, what are you finding currently working really well for yourself, Sean?
Email marketing, leveraged email marketing with cold email and calling up.
Yeah.
Using email. I mean, that's what's working well for me for new business. But I'm conscious that LinkedIn is a part of the outreach I'm not really focusing on, and cold email is getting quite saturated, although it still doesn't work. I think I need to diversify, and at the moment I'm looking into LinkedIn outreach as a ballast to what I do. Really, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, so for sure that kind of piece is quite important in the mix, the LinkedIn aspect. I mean, we actually do LinkedIn first, so we tend to build connections, build that audience on LinkedIn, and then reach out to email, and then it feels a little bit warmer and it's not so cold. Certainly, if you can get back to them, say, hey, we connected on LinkedIn. This is the reason why we connected, and they've obviously seen your profile, so they kind of see it coming. And we find that strategy tends to work for us a little bit better.
So I do cadences in using Salesloft, email automation tool, and I also dump the data into Leadeth and just put it in there, and it just goes through. It just trundles through as I'm doing email outreach. But I'm not really aware how the two connect, and I'm not really that focused on LinkedIn, which I want to be. So it's kind of an extra piece that I just put in there without looking much at it.
Yeah.
And I don't do much maintenance of it, which I need to do.
Yeah. So one of the things that we could look to do maybe is introduce a webhook whereby we're feeding data into Leadeth campaigns automatically based on an action in Salesloft. So it could be you've maybe had an email open or something, or an email as someone's clicked on a link in an email, or you've got some sort of insight from your email marketing efforts, and then boom, we want to drive them to an engagement campaign where we're building up that know, like, and trust, but leveraging LinkedIn as much as we can as well.
Yeah, we've just joined HubSpot.
Oh, okay.
And I'm leaving Salesloft and I'm going to something called Smart Lead.
Yeah, I've heard of Smart Lead.
I'll be sending out thousands and thousands of emails per month. I've been sending 5,000 per year and personalizing each email using a VA in the Philippines. But that's quite labor intensive.
Hugely, yeah.
And the VA tends to personalize emails, and a lot of the data I'm getting is not relevant for some reason. So I'm looking to increase volume and do less cold calling, and hook up HubSpot with LinkedIn and Smart Lead and get smarter on that piece in a higher volume scenario. Because digital marketing is very ubiquitous, so it really is labor intensive to call people up.
Yeah. So, but if you're calling the right people who are very, very close, then yeah.
You have to hit the right spot at the right time. But I think for me, volume is the key thing to get up on the volume and get meetings in the diary.
For sure. Yeah, and we've been leveraging an email strategy quite. We use the Insightly AI tool. I don't know if you've come across that. Instantly.ai.
Instantly, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the choices
Yeah. So yes, funnily enough, Smartly was in there in the offers when we went for it. But yeah, so we went and we pushed out probably around about between 5,000 emails a month. So we've actually got 3 domain names, six domain names, three inboxes per domain. Warmed up all of those, and it's generating some really good results.
You're on the same journey. So I've
Yeah.
24 inboxes, and I've just warmed up. They're recommending 15 emails per box maximum now, because
Wow.
are coming out with a change in a week. It used to be 30, now it's recommended 15 per box. So I'm on target to send out 10,000 a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to. There's lots of moving pieces. Obviously, you got to be play within the rules and not go overboard. You know.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a good strategy. But certainly LinkedIn's also generating off its own back just by engagement and showing up each week, and people getting enthused by what you're talking about. I think does generate inbound as well. So having a bit of a strategy there. It is labor intensive, yeah, to be fair. You've got to do it. You've got to put the effort in, prepare slides, and all of that sort of stuff. So it does take time, but yeah, we do get probably the second best channel for us is LinkedIn lead gen. Yeah.
I need to build LinkedIn up as it's down here at the moment. I need to build that up. That's why I'm here today, because I need to do that. I know people are getting really good results in LinkedIn outreach, cold outreach.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think in terms of your strategy, is it kind of audits and things that you're still providing to kind of hook people in, or what's the mechanism that's going to get people interested?
What I have learned over the past year running these campaigns, it's all about the offer. So
yeah,
an offer being, I'll give you an example. So get all 3 months leads free if you don't get 5 conversions in the first month. So a conversion could be a phone call, it could be an email, it could be a positive action. So people will go, wow, 5, that sounds great, and it is great. And then they get in the meeting. They soon forget about the offer. The conversation just opens, and you might have a really fantastic offer. Very rarely do people talk about the offer. They just chat.
Yeah.
So it's really getting someone on the call. With being ethical, of course, and not making something up, obviously, but something that's good, that's maybe you take for granted that you do, that people go, wow, that's great. And it's getting that combination and, and standing out from the crowd, because like I say, digital marketing, everyone's doing SEO, everyone's doing PPC.
Yeah.
They're all doing it, and they're all out there on email. So it's really getting something
that
makes someone go, I want to be on that call.
Yeah, we've been struggling to get more SEO clients on board. Really, it's a hard battle. We've done huge amounts of money ourselves in terms of optimizing our own sites and things, and just not seeing the keywords ranking where we would hope them to rank. Some quite local search is a little bit different, but it's a really tough game.
But we're heading more towards a strategy service, because I do speak to a lot of people who have been bitten by digital agencies and they haven't gotten anywhere. So the strategy piece really, to me, is something I want to look more closely at, is offering a direction for them, a blueprint, so they can get success from digital marketing. And then if they want to use us for the solutions, brilliant. If not, that's fine as well. So it's offering that service to the bigger companies, really. I want the bigger budget companies, because the lower ones, they haven't got patience. They want results yesterday. So a strategy document, which is going to be between 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 grand for that piece. And then they can use that to maximize their return. That's really the space I want to be in. And then that feeds into LinkedIn. I want to speak to people who appreciate that product and service, that they're going to spend 10% on the strategy, and it's going to help drive the 90% investment. So that's the next thing I want to be in. I've had a lot of bad experiences with small customers who don't have patience and then cancel after 3 months, hence retention issues.
Yeah. That's I think, yeah, it's just it's having an open conversation with people regularly enough, improving the results, showing them the value is the key, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need people with money, you need people with budgets.
Yeah.
Appreciate things take time, you know?
Yeah. And then that goes back down to the targeting right at the start, doesn't it? I mean, I've been in so many meetings with business coaches and consultants that are starting from zero, want to get to, first year, they want to get to that 100K mark. And but they're not prepared to pay at least, I mean, to get a marketing person involved in their business. It's basically they're after a co-founder. Is what I'm doing, and the efforts I'm putting in to get them up to where they need to be. But it's it's tricky. It's very tricky to scale something that's very small. Whereas if there's someone there with they're already turning over £1 million, they've got an established budget. It's a completely different conversation.
Startup market doesn't work for us unless it's a really booming industry with a big addressable market, and it's just the right time. Otherwise, it's just so much resource time, nurturing and hand holding, and it's just you're probably better off waiting for a bigger client rather than doing 5 startups, I should think sometimes,
Yeah, just turn them down. Yeah.
Been bitten a few times on that, so yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your input, Sean, today. I won't hold you up too much longer. But yeah. So yeah, next week we kind of move on to stage 8 of our masterclass series. Let me just go to the website again. So we're actually going to be looking at a bit more of leadership, enhancing leadership skills to really inspire change within your client organizations and your own. So yeah, very much a leadership focus next week. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, or if you want to learn more, feel free to reach out to Sean. Sean's on LinkedIn, aren't you, Sean? Yeah. What's your full LinkedIn handle if somebody wants to find you, or how will they find you? What's your name, full name?
Sean Crellin, SEAN.
Crellin.
CRELLIN. I think
Yeah.
I'm the only one there.
Yeah, that's amazing that you've got a unique name like that.
You might find my singing telegram business called singagram.com. That's another story.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So and if you're interested in anything further with Leadith, then do head over to our website. It's leadith.io. There's a big orange button there, free discovery call. Would welcome a conversation and a chat to establish where you're at in terms of your lead generation, see whether I might be able to support you with your campaigns. And yeah, sure, I'm certainly happy to catch up after this if you've got a few moments still.